The University of Colombo, the most pioneer in providing higher education in Sri Lanka, has the best equipped, best staffed, and the most recognized computing facility in the country. For the last 4 decades, the University of Colombo has taken giant strides to project a remarkable rectitude in catering computer education. Computing at Colombo began in September 1967 with the return of Professor Samaranayake from the United Kingdom. Today's UCSC is an outcome of his seminal work started in 1967. When he introduced computing and began teaching Fortran programming to a group of enthusiastic teachers and students of the Department of Mathematics in Colombo, for the first time, a new era of higher education in computing was born in Sri Lanka. The stature of computing at Colombo today is the result of steady progress that passed several significant milestones hitherto to date. Here is how the history was made. A statistical unit was established in the late 60s. The unit used the mainframe computers at the State Engineering Corporation, and the Department of Census and Statistics. Punch cards and sorters were used for statistical analysis on these computers. Until 1974, then prevalent political and economical climate in the island was less conducive and attributed to the stagnant state of the ICT at Colombo. In 1974, with the arrival of Professor Dr. Roger Stern, senior lecturer in statistics from the University of Reading, United Kingdom, the University of Colombo embarked on a link arrangement with the University of Reading, starting from 1974 for a period of 10 years. The Colombo-Reading link enhanced the statistical research, teaching, consultancy, and laboratories in Colombo. In addition to the degree programs, certificate courses were also conducted during weekends for the public sector workers, bringing in an income of maintenance and upgrading. In 1981, a multi-user, multitasking, state-of-the-art Data General mini-computer was purchased. This mini-computer was used for research, teaching, processing, and university admissions and for consultancy work. In 1982, computers were used to process the election results for the first time in Sri Lanka. The results of the presidential election in 1982 were processed and released by the statistical unit of UC as graphic display for telecasting on Rupavahini. For this purpose, floppy disk drives for the BBC microcomputer were used in Colombo even before they were introduced to the UK market. Ever since, the processing and releasing of every national election results have been continuing with the assistance of the Institute of Computer Technology ICT and later with the assistance of the University of Colombo School of Computing UCSC. The computer-assisted processing and releasing of results of national elections has continued with technological improvements at every stage. The results were provided over a secured network as graphic displays and as textual data to national and private television services and the World Wide Web through the website of the Department of Elections. Online graphic displays for the telecasting of cricket matches, SARC games, and SARC quiz were also provided by the University of Colombo. The review's report of 1983 March 11th stated, "Alone amongst the Sri Lankan universities, the University of Colombo can claim to be equipped with modern computing facilities. These have, as I understand, been financed by commercial initiatives within the Applied Statistics Unit. Great credit belongs to the staff who have pushed these developments through." As highlighted by the National Computer Policy for Sri Lanka, by the Special Working Committee of Natural Resources, Energy and Science Authority of Sri Lanka, NARESA. In 1983, the University of Colombo realized an important aspect of its computer center's extension work through a computer literacy program in schools. In early 1983, the Ministry of Education introduced computer-assisted education as a pilot project to 3 schools. The University of Colombo immensely helped the ministry in launching its computer education program through teacher training. In 1983, the Overseas Development Assistance or ODA program of the UK granted 10,000 British pounds in addition to the 3,000 British pounds in 1982, along with a UGC grant to establish a networked laboratory of 30 BBC microcomputers. These grants were also used to purchase several standalone BBC microcomputers, Amiga, Acorn, Wang PC, a K-Pro 2, and Tandy RadioShack TRS-80 Model 3 computers with disk drives, second processors and other peripherals and software. By then, there were 3 microcomputer labs of BBC microcomputers at the Colombo University. The IBM PC and Wang PC computers were in heavy demand. The Department of Statistics and Computer Science, DSCS, was established in 1985 and to cover the undergraduate courses and the relevant staff from the parent mathematics department. DSCS immediately set above the upgrading of existing postgraduate diploma in computer applications into MSc in computer science with the United Nations Development Programme UNDP, administered by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO. Equipment, staff training, and a link with the Computer Science Department of the University of Wales in Cardiff were funded under this project. This was considered one of the most successful development projects funded by the UNDP. The project enabled computer professionals to obtain formal training in computer science for the first time in Sri Lanka. A secondary but equally important benefit to the DSCS was the introduction of a special degree program in computer science. The first batch graduated in 1992, and all the graduates were immediately employed with decent remuneration. In early 1984, the Computer Center, while consolidating its position as a leading computer installation and consultancy service, worked on plans for the establishment of an Institute of Computer Technology, ICT, with the assistance of the Japanese government to produce analyst programmers to the IT industry based on the Japan-Singapore Institute of Software Technology, JSIST of Singapore. The project commenced in 1987 with the establishment of the Institute of Computer Technology, ICT, an autonomous institute of the University of Colombo. The ICT was provided with the largest mainframe computer system in the country at that time, with other peripherals and staff training under project-type technical cooperation of the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. This was a milestone in computer science education in Sri Lanka. The ICT moved into its newly constructed building complex in 1988, and its first output was produced soon thereafter. The fully equipped laboratories and other facilities allowed the ICT to open up its resources to others as well over the weekends and after hours. The Computing Services Center, or CSC, was established in 1990 under the management of the ICT and undertook all extension courses, consultancy, and other external activities. The CSC utilized the resources of both the ICT and the DSCS. The income generated by the CSC ensured the sustainability of the ICT and the DSCS and also helped in retaining the qualified staff. The Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, which administered the project, recognized its success and entrusted the ICT to conduct a third country training program, TCTP, in structured systems analysis and design methodologies in 1993. The TCTP was offered for 5 consecutive years, providing training annually for 15 students from the Asia-Pacific region and 5 from Sri Lanka. The successful completion of the program in 1997 was followed by a second assignment to conduct a third country training program in information systems engineering for the next 5 years from 1998 to 2002. The course in the year 2000 and 2001 included participants from Africa and 3 more foreign participants supported by the Colombo Plan Secretariat. The TCTP conducted by the ICT received the JICA President's Award for the best JICA project in the year 1999. The ICT has also conducted several other third country training programs supported by the Commonwealth Secretariat. The degree programs conducted by the DSCS were evaluated by the British Computer Society, following which the BSc and MSc degree programs were accredited. The BSc Special Degree in Computer Science received full accreditation. The University of Colombo has been actively engaged in the development of local language, Sinhala and Tamil interfaces for personal computers in application areas such as word processing, database management systems, optical character recognition, language translation, and language dictionary, a research area nobody has hitherto undertaken in Sri Lanka. One of the other major roles played by the ICT of the University of Colombo was to coordinate research and recommend the draft Sinhala code for ISO, International Standards Organization, to be included in Unicode. Based upon the recommendation made by the Computer and Information Technology Council of Sri Lanka, SINTEC, and the subsequent approval of the Sri Lanka Standards Institute, the ISO meetings were held in Greece, where the draft Sinhala code was discussed intensively. After a few ad hoc committee meetings with national and international delegates, the repertoire, names, and arrangements for the Sinhala script based on the Sri Lankan proposal were accepted with a slight modification, and the Sinhala code chart was included in Unicode version 3.0 in the year 2000. The Department of Computer Science, DCS, of the University of Colombo was established in 2001 by splitting the Department of Statistics and Computer Science, which functioned since 1985 as a part of the Faculty of Science of the University of Colombo. While the DCS was responsible for undergraduate and postgraduate training in computer science, the Department of Statistics was responsible for statistical education for both undergraduates and postgraduates. The Department of Computer Science, DCS, and the ICT were able to negotiate substantial donor funding from Human Resource Development and Infrastructure from the Swedish government under the SIDA IT program in the year 2000. The SIDA IT project, which commenced in the year 2000, was extended to 2 phases and concluded in August 2010. The SIDA IT project was unique in a way it opened PhD opportunities to computing academic staff from all state universities in Sri Lanka. The staff of the universities from Jaffna, Peradeniya, Ruhuna, and ICT and DCS obtained PhD and MPhil qualifications from Uppsala, Stockholm, KTH, Mid-Sweden, Gothenburg, and Halmstad universities in Sweden, enriching the human resources of the local universities. This also spurred staff exchanges between local counterpart universities and those in Sweden. Under the Infrastructure Development Program, the LEARN network connecting all universities in Sri Lanka was strengthened with campus-wide fiber networks and wideband access to internet. In all this, ICT and DCS played a key role in coordinating all activities and providing the necessary technical support. In September 2002, the Institute of Computer Technology and the Department of Computer Science of the Faculty of Science merged to form the University of Colombo School of Computing, or UCSC, as a center of higher learning affiliated to the University of Colombo, with a fair amount of financial and administrative autonomy. At present, The UCSC has 3 academic departments and 6 centers. It is now enjoying the status of being the leading center for higher education in computing in the country. This merger by now helped to bring together over 60 academic staff consisted of 3 professors, 25 senior lecturers, and 26 lecturers, among whom are 24 PhD holders, making a total of 54. The expertise of the staff covers a wide range of interests in computer science and IT. The building complex is fully wired for internet access and houses an impressive collection of the state-of-the-art equipment, regularly updated due to the rapidly changing nature of technology. As the traditional university system could not cater for the rapid demand, in early 2000, an external degree program leading to a certificate in the first year, a diploma in the second year, and a bachelor's degree in information technology (BIT) in the third year was initiated. The course curriculum was prepared by the ICT and DSCS staff with the support of the IT industry. Training is undertaken by the private sector, while the examinations are conducted by the UCSC and the certificates are awarded by the University of Colombo. The University of Colombo has always contributed to activities beyond the campus, particularly in helping the community at large. The UCSC has taken the lead in providing computer awareness to the public and by helping school-based activities through the public and private media channels. For more than 3 decades, these television and radio programs received the highest ratings and were most popular programs at that time. Today, the UCSC continues to grow from strength to strength, providing beyond doubt the immense benefits of the careful initial planning and positive approach of the successive development phases of its predecessor institutions and their staff. Its stature as a center of repute and success is also a strong attraction to many donors who have assisted in the early development efforts and can now see positive results from their investments. The exceptional resource space in IT at the University of Colombo is being expanded and upgraded regularly. New developments are being monitored and research and development work is in progress. The synergy of UCSC has provided Sri Lanka with a facility it can be proud of. These facilities would improve by leaps and bounds, thus helping Sri Lanka to be a leader in the world IT community. With the demise of its founding director and mentor, Professor V.K. Samaranayaka in 2007, an era came to an end. However, his prudent thinking and visionary wisdom of the ICT education for the nation has carved his name in the history of our nation as the father of ICT in Sri Lanka. His far-reaching composure of work in the true spirit of the national information technology landscape is inspirational to today's UCSC and ICT in Sri Lanka in general. For the next generations, successive ICT institutions and their staff at Colombo shall be determined to continue their groundbreaking activities beyond 50 years of hard work with pride and eagerness for the nation.